If you like our video, click the button to subscribe to our channel and get easy access to new content. To see our full suite of ad-free video courses, instruction manuals, and quick reference guides, visit us at www.teachucomp.com. You can crop a Photoshop document to trim away unnecessary parts of it to enhance its composition. To crop a Photoshop file, select the Crop tool in the Tools panel. The Crop tool shares the same button in the Tools panel with the Perspective Crop tool, the Slice tool, and the Slice Select tool. So, to select the Crop tool, you may need to click and hold down on this button in the Tools panel, and then select the Crop tool from the side menu of choices that appears. If needed, to show a drop down menu of saved tool presets from which you can choose if you created any for the selected tool. Click the Click to open the Tool Preset Picker button at the left end of the Options bar control panel, and then select a saved preset choice. After selecting the Crop tool in Photoshop, cropping handles appear at the corners and sides of the Photoshop document's canvas. These handles appear at the edge of what is called the crop box in Photoshop. After cropping, the area outside the crop box is removed, and area inside the crop box remains. To manually set the size of the crop box in the document, click and drag these cropping handles to set the new crop box boundaries in the Photoshop document. Alternatively, click and drag within the Photoshop document to set the crop box area in the document. However, after setting a crop box area, clicking and dragging in the document moves the content within the crop box area. To finish cropping the image after setting the crop box area, click the Commit Current Crop Operation button in the Options bar control panel. Alternatively, to cancel the cropping, click the Cancel Current Crop Operation button in the Options bar control panel. Alternatively, to reset the crop box and its settings without canceling the crop operation, click the Reset the Crop Box Image Rotation and Aspect Ratio Settings button in the Options bar control panel. To select a crop overlay to apply when setting the crop box, click the Set the Overlay Options for the Crop Tool button in the Options bar control panel. Then select the desired crop overlay from the choices in the top section of the drop-down menu that appears. To select when to show the selected type of overlay, choose a display setting from the second section of the same drop-down menu. Your selected overlay appears as you adjust the crop box when using the crop tool in Photoshop. To set a cropping size in Photoshop by entering values, select the desired values for the crop from the Select a Preset Ratio or Crop Size dropdown in the Options bar control panel. To specify the cropping box by using a ratio, which is the default value, select the ratio choice from the dropdown. To manually set the size of the crop box without any restrictions by clicking and dragging, ensure no values appear in the fields to the right of the dropdown, and then click and drag to set the desired crop box size. Alternatively, to enter a specific ratio by which to constrain the crop box when you click and drag to resize it, enter the width ratio into the field to the right of the dropdown, and the height ratio into the field to the right of that. If needed, to swap values between these two fields, click the Swaps Height and Width button between them. To clear these values from these fields, click the Clear button to the right. Alternatively, to set a specific crop box width, height, and resolution, select the W by H by resolution choice from the Select a Preset Ratio or Crop Size dropdown in the Options bar control panel. Then, enter the width, height, and resolution pixel values into the three fields that then appear to the right of the dropdown. Then use the drop-down to the right of those three fields to select the desired pixel resolution value as pixels per inch or pixels per centimeter. Alternatively, to select one of the preset ratios or preset width, height, and resolution values, click the Select a Preset Ratio or Crop Size drop-down in the Options bar control panel, and then select the name of the desired preset from the drop-down menu that appears. This then sets the values in the fields to the right according to the values of the preset you selected. To straighten the image to crop, click the Straighten button in the Options bar control panel to activate the Straighten tool. Then click and drag a line in the image that you want to appear completely horizontal after you release the mouse button. When you then release the mouse button, the image is rotated so that the line you drew is the horizontal axis of the photo. To set additional options for the crop tool in Photoshop, click the Set Additional Options button in the Options bar control panel to show the options in a drop-down menu. If desired, to use the crop tool in its classic mode, check the Use Classic Mode checkbox in the menu. To toggle showing the cropped area on or off, check or uncheck the Show Cropped Area checkbox. To toggle automatically centering the preview, check or uncheck the Auto Center Preview checkbox. To enable or disable the crop shield, which shades the cropped area, check or uncheck the Enable Crop Shield checkbox in the drop-down menu. If enabled, to set the crop shield color, select a choice from the drop-down. If you select the Custom choice, then set the crop shield color in the Color Picker dialog box that opens, and click the OK button. To set the crop shield opacity, click the Opacity drop-down, and then use the slider that appears to set its value. To automatically adjust the opacity when the mouse down event is triggered, meaning when you press and hold down the left mouse button, check the Auto Adjust Opacity checkbox. To collapse this menu of options, click the Set Additional Options button in the Options bar control panel again. To delete cropped pixels, check the Delete Cropped Pixels checkbox in the Options bar control panel. To apply content-aware fill to areas outside the original image if needed, which often happens when using the Straighten tool, check the Content-Aware checkbox. As always, to finish cropping the image after setting the crop box area, click the Commit Current Crop Operation button in the Options bar control panel. Alternatively, to cancel the cropping, click the Cancel Current Crop Operation button in the Options bar control panel. Alternatively, to reset the crop box and its settings without canceling the crop operation, click the Reset the Crop Box Image Rotation and Aspect Ratio Settings button in the Options bar control panel. Remember to click the subscribe button to see more of our videos. See our full suite of courses, instruction manuals, and quick reference guides at www.teachucomp.com.